Okay, the first thing you want to do before you put anything on your face is prime all of this, okay? So usually what I use is the Maybelline, Houston, what is wrong with you, dude? Maybelline Master Prime. You can get this at Wally World, CVS, anywhere drugstore makeup is sold. Works like a charm. But when I'm feeling bougie and my face is kind of dry, I like to use the Tarte Base Tape Primer, but today we're just gonna stick with the Maybelline stuff. If you're a professional, you can use a sponge, but I just like to rub it in with my hands. I'm no professional. Once your face is primed and you got all them craters and pores filled in, you're just gonna take your choice of foundation. I'm using Maybelline's Fit Me foundation, and I'm kind of in between shades right now, so I'm mixing 235 Pure Beige and 125 Nude Beige. So I just like, they're slightly different, barely a difference. So what I do is, you want to shake up the formula, you want to give it a little shimmy shimmy, just dab it all over your face in little dots. Is what I like to do. Alright, now that you've got your foundation dotted all over your face, you want to take a moist beauty blender and dab it all in. Now don't judge me, I'm using a dirty beauty blender. Most of my brushes are dirty. But I'm a 90s bitch and we like to grunge. So you take your beauty blender and you just dab on it. How has everybody's quarantine been going? Mine has been fairly boring. So there's that. I feel like it's the end of the world and I'm kind of freaking out about it because I already have anxiety anyway. So when there's a national pandemic going on, it like just heightens the anxiety, you know? Read a lot of books. Learned how to play a few new songs on guitar and piano, though I'm not very good at playing any of them. So yeah, have y'all learned anything new during the quarantine? Have you picked up any new hobbies? Comment below. Kind of when you're towards the end of blending in your foundation, what I like to do is take the pointy side and just kind of go into the crease of my nose and kind of get the excess out from underneath my eyes, because you do not want under our creases. I hate that shit. When you're doing anything under the eyes, try really hard not to like make the wrinkles in your forehead, because that's gonna screw up your foundation. And I have to touch it up all the time because I have too many expressions. So my forehead will like crease up and then it'll cause my foundation to crease and then there'll be lines and it's not cute. Alright, the next step after you finish applying your foundation, you're going to want to, I guess it's called highlight or conceal. I really don't know. I'm kind of torn between what I want to use today, because my favorite one is the Tarte Shape Tape, but it's a little light since I've tanned. Or the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, which is, well, they're almost the same. Well, I don't know. This one's a little darker. I'm gonna put it on my chin, on my nose, a little on my forehead, and then under the eyes. Carefully. Alright, now that you look like Simba. And under the eyes, what I do is I kind of draw a triangle and then color it in. So then it kind of looks like that. And I know what you're thinking. Britt, those are not triangles. Did y'all forget I went to a Christian school and they didn't teach us shit, so there's that. Usually I would tell you to let it sit for a second, let it simmer, but the Tarte Shape Tape, it dries so fast you kind of want to work a little bit quick, so you want to take the same beauty blender, we ain't professionals around here, and you just tap it in.
Kind of move the product around.
Also, to any of my friends who dabble in the craft, I know who you are. Instead of doing this little the chicken foot thing on your head for the highlight. I know a lot of my friends like to like draw sigils. And if you don't know what those are, then you know, don't even worry about it. But you can actually draw like beauty sigils or protection sigils with your concealer, and then dab it in, and then it like, you know, makes you appear more beautiful or whatever. It's usually like a subconscious, like, for you type thing. I don't do it because I can't draw them and I'm not talented, but if I could, I totally would. Okay, the next step, you're gonna want to take your same old dirty ass beauty blender. I know what you're thinking. I'm a scumbag, and I really am. I prefer to think of myself as a scummy bear, if you will. I use the Airspun loose face powder, and don't sleep on this stuff, y'all. This is thebomb.com for it to be $5 at Walmart, okay? It's like such a silky formula. It does what it's supposed to do. What you're gonna do is you're gonna dip your beauty blender, almost got tongue-tied, in the powder, and you're gonna put it wherever you put your concealer. And yes, you want it to look like that. I know what you're thinking. What the hell are you doing? And you really want to press it into those pores.
There we go. Like, really press it. This is gonna set your concealer and prevent creasing and just make sure you look flawless all the live long day.
Powder gets everywhere. Jeez Louise, I feel like fucking Scarface. You want to let this kind of soak in for a few minutes. So I'm just gonna take a sippy sip of my water. I've been trying to drink a gallon a day. Been feasting it so far. How much water do you drink in a day? Do you drink enough? Probably not, you dehydrated bitch. So you're gonna take some kind of brush. I use this one. Got it at Walmart. It's an Eco Tools deal. You're gonna swipe the excess powder off. Like so. Now we have set our concealer. Time to set the rest of your face. I'm gonna take the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, and I'm pretty sure this is actually a powder foundation, but I'm a full coverage type of girl. Hello, English words. I've set my foundation with more foundation. Now just cake it on up. So you're just gonna press that all over your beautiful face. Now that your foundation is all done and set, it's time to add some dimension to our faces. So first I'm gonna contour. I suck at it, just gonna let you know. You might wanna skip this part, okay? I'm gonna use a shade out of the Morphe palette. I'm gonna use this one here. Second Nature palette, 3502. Did I do that right? I don't really know. I'm taking this brush. It's just a small dome brush. Like I said, probably the wrong brush for this job, but it gets the job done. You're gonna do a little swirly swirl swoosh and a tippity tap. And then you're just gonna sweep it along your cheekbones like so. You can suck in if you want to kind of find the place you want to place it. Keep sweeping back and forth, or you can do small circular motions. I kind of switch it up and do both just to make sure I've blended it well. After you're done chiseling your cheekbones, I like to take the smallest amount of the same shade and just kind of go around the perimeter of my face just to add some more color and depth. I start from one side and kind of go halfway and go around the other side. I know a lot of people that take it under the chin and all that stuff, but I just feel like it looks like I have dirt on my face if I do that, so I skip that part. And now the contouring is done. And that honestly is one of the most I dread that part because it either makes or breaks your face. Like if you screw up your contour, your whole face looks stupid. If you screw up your eyebrows, your whole face looks stupid. So I get so nervous before I do those two parts because I'm like, oh my god, if I mess this up, I'm gonna have to start all over. The next step is highlight, which is my favorite part. I am using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. I have used it quite a bit, as you can see, but I love this stuff. It's cheap, it gets the job done. There's a lot of product to be used here, and I'm taking a brush, again, this is not a highlighting brush, this is a stippling brush, but it gets the job done. Like, you don't have to have, like, these most ridiculous overpriced brushes, you know? Like, you can just use whatever, you can use your finger. Like, don't ever let somebody tell you you have to have this or else. You can utilize whatever you have at your fingertips. And all I do is just put it on the cheekbones and just swoosh it around. And then we're gonna take it on our chinny chin chin, like so. We're gonna put it on our nose, like so. Okay, and what I like to do is I like to take my finger and like tap it slightly and put it on my Cupid's bow. Hold on, I'll do it in the camera. Boop. And then I blend it out. Just for a little extra pop, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild loose highlighter in the shade Mega Glow. Is that the same shade? That is, oh no, no, it's not the same shade. It's just called Mega Glow as well. And I'm gonna just tap it, and then I'm gonna dab it. Oh man, do you see that? Beautiful! And then take the excess, and bam! You're glowing. Then it's time for blush, and up until a few months ago, I didn't use blush at all because I felt like it made me look like a clown. But then I found this Milani Beauty's Touch Illuminating Face Powder, and it's kind of like a highlight, blush, bronzer in one, and I feel like it blends super good on top of the highlighter that I just used. And then I'm using this angled brush, and you're just gonna smile and dab it on the apples of your cheeks. And it just adds a good radiant glow, you know? Now that we're finished with our foundation, face, all that good stuff, I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera because you don't wanna follow me doing my eyebrows, okay? Because I don't know how to do them right, and they always look like dookie. So I'm just gonna do those and be right back at you. See, I told you I didn't know how to do my eyebrows. Look, they're sisters, not twins. Sisters, not twins. Next, it's time for my favorite part of doing my makeup, which is the eyeshadow, honey. Yes, because that's the time you can be creative. You can do whatever kind of crazy colors you want. If you want to match your eyeshadow to the shirt you're wearing, you can. If you want to do something totally crazy, do one eye one color, one the other, you can. The choice is yours. You can be as crazy or as normal as you want to, but first things first, you gotta prime that shiznit. Okay, so we're using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Now, what eyeshadow primer does is it keeps your eyeshadow from creasing, makes it stay on longer, and it makes the colors pop a little more. And all I'm doing is dabbing it in with my finger because, as previously stated, I am no professional. So I'm thinking, since today is Cinco de Mayo, I want to do like a pretty bright colored eyeshadow look, and it's also rainy and gray and cloudy outside today, so I'm gonna make my eyes look like the sun. I'm not normal. Alright, so I'm gonna take this Morphe palette that the label's kind of been scratched off of. I'm pretty sure it's one of the Jocelyn Hill palettes. Let's see. I'm gonna go in with this burnt orange called Secure. Can you see that? Bam, Secure. So you're gonna take it on a dome brush. I'm using a Morphe M513 for this job. I like to use a fluffy brush for the crease blend, and then a smaller one for the more precise blending you want to do later towards the end. And all I'm gonna do is just start on the outside corner and kind of stamp it, and then, you know, go inwards with the tapping motion. And then once most of the product is on there, then I'm gonna do the windshield wiper motion.
And we're blending. Beautiful.
All right, now we have our crease blend it out. Next, I'm gonna take this brush out of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette that I got at Marshall's. I'm gonna go in with this color from the Morphe palette that I used to contour my face. We're gonna take this brush. Now this is also fluffy, but it's more dense than this one. See, like this one's more flimsy, this one's more pressed together. So we're gonna swirl the brush in the pigment. On the outside here, same technique. Stamp and then swoosh, okay? Stamp and swoosh.
Oh yeah.
I like to go diagonal, like that, and then when I get to the top, I swoosh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Can you see what I'm doing? Can you see? Can you see it? Alright, now I've blended the other side, and this is what you should be looking like thus far. And anytime you want to use a light, bright color, and you want those colors to pop, you want to put down something light first, right? So we're gonna go in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Milk. Like so. And then once you get it kind of placed down where you want it, you're gonna blend it in with your finger. Now we've got the base set for our yellow that we're gonna go in with. I highly suggest the Bikini Bottom SpongeBob eyeshadow palette from the brand Hip Dot. It's just a random brand that I found on Instagram, and I'm obsessed. Like, the formula, creamy, the pigment, poppin'. Like, it's everything. And look at these colors. Look at those colors. Beautiful. Like, how do y'all keep your eyeshadow palette so clean? I'm gonna go in with this flat brush, and on this flat brush, I'm gonna put this light, beautiful yellow color. And then you're just gonna pat it on to the white area, okay? But in the inner corner, because in the middle, we're gonna put the golden yellow and blend it together beautifully. Do you see what I'm talking about with the pigment now? You see. I know you see it. Remember, pat, then swipe. Pat, then swipe. Okay, now we have the yellow. We're gonna go in with this shimmery golden yellow in the middle, where whatever's left in the white, that's where you wanna put the golden color. Pat it, and then swipe. I love it. I swear I need a new camera. I'm so tired of not looking cute. Now that we have that all blended and looking gorgeous, what we're gonna do, if I can find the appropriate brush. Now this, as you can see, is a very old brush that I have used since I was 12 years old, okay? But it's still holding up pretty good, you know? But it's just a small, precise dome brush. I'm gonna go in with this dark brown color, Smooth Criminal. I know you're okay, honey. Don't take too much product now, because we don't want to look silly. And we're gonna go, how do I describe this? We're gonna basically make a little V or a U right here in the crease, and it's gonna give it just the slightest bit more definition. So you wanna dab it. Definitely dab. Do not swipe. Do not swipe until the very end, because you will regret it if you do. And then we're gonna go back in with the swiping motion, making that V. And just blend it out until you're happy with it. Bam, tied together. And now both sides are blended. So I take this, or you can take a Q-tip, or you can take your finger. Like I've said before, you don't have to have nothing specific. Just take what you want. Do what you will. You're still gonna look fly as hell, baby girl. Still gonna look fly as hell, just as you are. I'm gonna just take the same highlighter I used on my face, and I'm gonna put it right here where the brow meets the shadow. Now we're gonna go underneath the lash line, and you can either use the same colors, you can switch it up. There's no science to this. For doing this, you do want to have a smaller brush. And I'm gonna use, where did that palette go? I'm gonna use that same light orange that I started with in the crease, just because I feel like it ties everything together. And you're just gonna go underneath the lash line and blend it into the, and don't go all the way to the inner corner. For the love of God, you do not want to look like a raccoon. Bam. Boom shakalaka. All right, now that that's done, if you want to go in and do eyeliner, you can. I've really gotten to the point where I don't really care too much to put eyeliner on top of the lash line unless I'm doing fake lashes, because I feel like it makes my lashes not look as long. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Plus, I cannot do a winged liner to save my life. Okay, so we're just gonna go in. I can dig it out of my bag with the Maybelline New York Colossal Volume Express. It's the one in the yellow tube. Alright, I've got the mascara on the top lashes and the bottom lashes. Now it is time to do the inner corner highlight. I'm going to go in with the shade VIP. It's this really bright shimmery one right here. Take it on a teeny tiny brush or a Q-tip or your finger, and you're going to just blend it into the inner corner. There's really no rhyme or reason. You just do it. Now we're highlighted, and as you can see, it like brings the whole eye makeup look together. You really do want to use an inner corner highlight even if you don't do a crazy eye look like I did today, because what it does is it brings the light into your eyes. It makes your eyes look bigger and brighter and makes you look more awake, and it's just a cute look. I'm going to go in with Maybelline's Lasting Drama Matte Eyeliner in the shade Jet Black. You just want to put that right on your waterline. And when you're finished with everything, you want to go in with a setting spray. You just give it a quick little shake. I'm using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set because it was only $5 and I'm a cheap bitch. And you just spray yourself. Refreshing. And this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to tie this look together, obviously use whatever shade of lipstick you like. I'm just chilling at home today, so I'm not gonna go all out and put lipstick on right now. But again, thank you so much for watching. Comment below what you want to see next. And, you know, have a blessed rest of your day. Happy quarantine.